This week's race features full-fendered American sedans from 1936 to 1948 in 1/24th scale. Underneath, each car runs a custom inline brass and wire chassis powered by Deathstar or Pro-Slot 16D motors. Tall bodies and a high center of gravity make these jalopies tough to drive, but that challenge is exactly what makes the racing fun. With 10 racers on hand, qualifying followed the familiar Basil's Way format. Drivers rotated through each lane in 50-lap heats, earning points based on finishing position. The top 8 advanced to the semi-mains, while the rest were sent to the Hooligan race. James and Basil topped qualifying with 10 of 12 possible points. Close behind were Cully, Gary K, and Gary T with 9. Also advancing were Paul, Kevin, and Greg. That left Rich and Chris in the Hooligan race. The top 8 were randomly divided into 2 semi-main events. The top 2 finishers from each would advance to the main, with the others moving to the consi. Semi-main number 1 featured Kevin, Basil, Greg, and Gary K. From the start, Basil and Gary K battled closely for the lead. In the end, Gary K took the win, with Basil less than half a lap back. Greg finished third, followed by Kevin. Semi-main number 2 was tightly contested, with all 4 drivers in the hunt for transfer spots. James drove a clean race from the dreaded red lane to secure the win. Cully finished a close second on the same lap. Paul and Gary T were third and fourth, just 1 lap behind the leaders. Next up was the consolation race, where Gary T entered as the odds-on favorite and delivered with a win. The battle for second came down to Paul and Greg, with Paul gaining the edge to finish runner-up. Greg and Kevin crossed the line third and fourth, joining Rich and Chris in the Hooligan race. The Hooligan race turned into a crash fest. Greg avoided a major pileup to grab the lead. Rich gave chase but couldn't close the gap. Greg took the win, with Rich second, followed by Kevin and Chris. The main event saw Cully jump out to an early lead at the green, with Gary K giving chase from the dreaded red lane. Despite the challenge, Gary stayed close and by lap 10 was just half a second behind Cully. Pushing hard took its toll on lap 11 when Gary K crashed entering the pit straight. James slipped past into second, with Gary falling to third and Basil running fourth. By the finish, Cully had lapped the field, followed by James 1 lap down, Gary another lap back, and Basil a further lap behind. Another great night of racing at Pelican Park. Tight battles, strategic driving, and plenty of laughs. The Jalopy class remains one of the most rewarding and challenging divisions for those willing to put in the time and tuning. I'll definitely be back on the grid next time.